And we're back for another episode of Three Chords of the Truth, Season 2, Episode 3. This is really cool. I'm Pete Kramer, I'm your host. We got a really cool show lined up for you tonight. And I want to thank the first two shows. I know that they were kind of intermittent, but we had a couple of things with COVID, and then we had some snowstorms, and then we had the holidays and a whole bunch of stuff. But I want to thank Anthony Casuccio for being a real pro and being on episode 1 and then episode 2 again, representing the Buffalo Music Hall of Fame with Tom Lorenz. That was a really cool thing. I got a lot of people that got back to me after that show last week that said what a cool and informative thing that was, and some people didn't even know that there was a Buffalo Music Hall of Fame. But it was really cool the way that they presented everything, and kind of cut through the weeds on a lot of it. As always, I always have to mention my friends Bev, Lynn, and Peggy down in Boca Raton, who run special spaces in the respective cities. They do such great work for kids that have cancer. They go in and they revamp bedrooms for the kids. If they like Spider-Man, if they like Batman, if they like Moana, whatever, they will go ahead and customize so that when the kids are confined to their bedrooms, they've got their favorite characters around, and kudos to them. Again, glad to have you guys here watching us, and I'm going to dispense with some of the other stuff because I think there's going to be way too much that we need to laugh about tonight, because I've got Patsy Silver and Dottie Kenny of the Patsy and Dottie Variety Show with us. And I know last season when I had Patsy on, we just had a riot. We'd never met, but we just laughed through the whole thing. And I think it's going to be even better because I watched a couple of their video clips this morning. They're like Lucy and Ethel. They're just a riot. Good evening, ladies. How are you?
Good. Hello, Anthony Casuccio, my friend Anthony.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy. Absolute gentleman.
It's nice to see you again, my friend Pete.
Back at you, and hopefully we don't have any internet problems tonight like we did the last time.
Oh, I think that's my internet at home sucks sometimes.
Well, it is what it is, but we made our way through it, didn't we?
We did. And then we had our friend Richie jump on there.
Now that's something I was going to say. This morning, I'm watching one of your videos on YouTube because I'd not seen your variety show before. So I happened to pick one, right? So I picked it, and you guys are going through your Lucy and Ethel thing back and forth at each other and stuff. I'm laughing my butt off. And then all of a sudden, there's Richie Durwald. I'm like, this guy is everywhere.
He is everywhere. He is. He's like Chicken Man. Remember Chicken Man?
I do.
He's everywhere, But we have like different episodes we do them live, like in the summer. We're all out there at Cabana Sam's and out at the beach, Sunset Beach. We do them live out there, but I sing a lot, and Dottie backs me up, and then we do a show on live on Facebook, and we do variety shows where our friends like Lana Herger from Black Widow and Amy Zielinski and oh my gosh, I can't name everybody. Maria Militello and a bunch of lady rockers. They'll come and they'll sing with us. So we have this big show where they all come up and take turns singing and stuff.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the Dottie and Patsy show.
Go ahead.
Well, it's us.
I started this years ago by myself. I used to I had a tape recorder.
You had it when I met you.
A tape recorder, and
a cassette player.
And I would go sing, on Friday nights or whatever when my band wasn't playing, and before I went back to college. And then I had then I went to CDs, where I would play CDs, and I would download all this music from London, because they didn't have internet where you could, download songs.
Okay.
Karaoke or whatever. So I would buy these tracks from the company in London. And then I met Dottie and I said, hey, you want to run some equipment for me?
Never did it before. Why not?
And now she's an equipment aholic. We have a big show. We have the sound. We have the lights. We have everything when we go do a show. Like
We have clappers.
clappers we hand out to people so they can clap and drink and
Yeah,
eat.
there's no excuse to not clap.
And we do golden. I'll do anything from Frank Sinatra, all the way up
Metallica.
to Metallica.
Okay, I gotta ask, what's a clapper?
Those hand clappers that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have our name on them, and people, let's hear the clappers, and people start clapping with the clappers.
Yeah,
Okay.
we give them out to everybody.
We did a big show at Lucarelli's one year.
It's a fundraiser.
It was a fundraiser for the food bank, and every band in the city was in there, and Richie was our master of ceremonies. And we had our wonderful friends Anna Tara on there. I don't know if you've ever heard of Anna Tara.
Yes.
Oh, but I've known
Caitlin Cook was on. with
Caitlin
us.
Cook, all of them. They were all on there. And it was just, we raised about $2,000.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do all kinds of fundraisers for the SPCA, the homeless people,
Food bank.
food bank, everywhere.
Interesting. Well, Patsy, I know you just got a gig recently at OLB?
Yes. I retired in 2019, and then I got as an English teacher and / interim principal type of person. After 17 years, I retired, and then I got a phone call from Our Lady of Victory elementary school asking me would I be the music teacher, and I love it.
Really?
I work 3 days a week, and I absolutely love it. I have every child from pre-K all the way to up to 8th grade,
That is so
and these
cool.
kids are angels. Oh,
Catholic school, they better be.
but she's still at Buffalo School. She's special ed.
There's a lot to be said for that.
He has as many kids in that entire school as I do in my 8th grade.
Yeah, we only have like 100 and maybe 150 kids.
Yeah.
It used to be like 2,000, but stuff happened, I guess, and the enrollment is way down. We're trying to get people to come and see.
Most private schools are the enrollment.
It's a wonderful school. It's old school, like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I think enrollment's tough because charter schools opened up. If somebody didn't want to send them to the public schools, they would send them to the charter schools, which was supposed to be, kind of on the private school sector type thing, even though Buffalo Public Schools pays for it. They have to pay so much money towards it. But I think that's where a lot of it got hurt. Aside from the scandals with the churches and stuff, unfortunately hurt a lot of the schools. A lot of the churches closed down. A lot of those schools closed down, or they combined and still didn't make it because the enrollment wasn't there.
It's like a big family there, though. I mean,
Yeah, it's nice.
It's in small classes, and like yesterday we had our Olympic games, and the kids were all in the gym all day yesterday playing games, and then they split up afterwards, and they all brought their blankets, the little kids, and watched movies. And
Nice.
I mean, this is like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
They still sit on the rug and they read, and it's cool. But I'm the music teacher. I teach musical theater in my home, and I've taken dance my whole life, singing, but I've never been like the music teacher. So I'm teaching myself how to read music, so I can teach them how to read music.
Wait a minute. You're learning to read music now?
I'm learning lesson 1. I do lesson 1 and I give lesson 1.
I might have to enroll in your class.
Yeah, I want them to learn how to play. I have some guitars in that room. I have all kinds of bells and cymbals, and I taught them how to play the kazoo.
One of your favorite instruments to play.
But I can play the drums really well. But the only thing I have there are drum pads, so I teach them beats.
Yeah,
it's really cool. I do whatever I want.
So that makes you the cool teacher, huh?
Yeah, yeah. There's no stress in that room, none.
That is so very cool. And Dottie, that takes a very special person to be a special ed teacher.
Oh.
I can't even imagine the patience that you must have.
You learn how to block a lot of things out. And it's true. A lot of behaviors, things like that. I started off as a self-contained teacher. I had I think it was a 12-1-1 classroom. But 12 kids, one teacher, one aide. And I moved up. Now I'm what they call an ICT. I push into the room with the other teacher, the lead teacher, and I have special ed kids in that classroom. So they're integrated into the classroom. But I'm seeing, unfortunately, what I'm seeing is it's just not the identified special kids that are needing the help. It's a lot of the gen ed kids that are needing a lot of help too. So I take them all under my wing, So
they lost a lot of time during COVID.
Oh, they lost. It was.
Oh yeah.
It was such a backward trend, and even maturity wise, not being in school, not socializing.
Right.
Our fifth graders a couple years ago are now our seventh graders, and they're still acting like fifth graders, and our sixth graders are now eighth graders, and they're just now. This is February, just starting to get acclimated back into school, and it's tough, but I'm tough too, so.
Well, she when I met Dottie, like I'd have to say 22 years ago.
Probably.
And before that, my whole life I was an entertainer, but I went back to college to be a nurse.
Really?
Yeah, just so I could have some money to support my habit of being a musician. Made a lot of money on the road, but you don't make any money in Buffalo. You do it because you love the music. It's like that saying, you have a $500 car and you have $2,000 worth of equipment in it, and you drive 100 miles just to get paid $50. I mean, that's how it is. But to make a long story longer,
What you like to do?
I know. I went for nursing. I went all through the nursing program. I got my cap. But when I got to geriatrics, no.
Couldn't do it.
Then I met her. I dropped out. I got my associates in psychology. And then I met her. And she was like, yeah, let me look at your transcripts.
I said, you've got every course on here. You would be able to transfer so many credits over that you would be. I was in college at the time. I said, you're about caught up to me with credit wise. You'd only have to take so many, classes now if you wanted to become a teacher, and that's what she did. We actually we had separate classes in Buff State because she was an English major and I was special ed.
Yeah.
Dual special ed and gen ed. And then but we did both our masters together. We got our adolescent literacy was our first master's, and then our administration for our second master's. We did those two together. And that
for her, she's always a principal, like so that I will probably never be a principal. And I spent so much money on that. But anyway, I didn't become a music teacher because, first of all, I don't read music. And second of all, how many music teachers do they hire for each school? One.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I'll go in the back door.
We got two.
I'll go in the back door because when I was a kid, probably you too, the English teachers used to put on the talent shows and organize the plays with the music teachers and stuff. So I thought, that's what I'll do, go in the back door.
Slipping in the back door.
In the back door. But I taught for 17 years in Buffalo, and I thought, I'm done. I'm done. I had some trauma happen to me, but I got over it. And then when I got to, first of all, they asked me would I be the music teacher. I didn't have a degree. They said, well, all you need is a teaching certification in private school. So I'm just like, okay. So then, we're going to end. They interviewed me and la, la, la. Then I got a letter saying, well, we're actually going to hire someone else. We're going to hire someone with a music degree. And I was kind of sad. I thought this was going to be cool. And then, a few days later, she calls me on the phone. Well, the other person decided not to come. They got a better offer. Would you still like to come? I'm like, yeah. So I tease the principal all the time. Her name's Mary, and she's a wonderful principal. I said, well, I'm glad that I was second choice, but I never have been second.
That's a pretty left-handed thing.
But see, they lucked out too, because you can have something on paper, have that certificate all you want, but now you've got somebody with worldwide experience in music.
Yeah.
So, there's a big difference there. That's
Yeah.
from being book smart to
Streetwise.
Yo.
Yo.
But there's a difference between being,
Yeah.
I could have, we had we're gonna brag. We had a 4.0 and we
did.
and we're in
We were
my husband calls it the gang,
we were non-traditional
the
students.
Delta Kappa Pi fraternity. Yeah, my husband calls that our gang colors.
When you want it bad enough, you'll get it.
Yeah.
You want it
But
bad
I mean, all that aside, I mean, having the experience is greater than having that piece of paper.
Yeah. And I teach these kids how to sing. I have pre-K through 8. So I do all different things with different grade levels. And then I have a chorus after school that I'm training to eventually sing at the Basilica up in the back with the organ.
Really?
Yeah, because they haven't had a music teacher in 4 years.
I got to ask a question. I don't know what you're using for. Are you using a phone?
No.
Computer.
Okay, because the microphone, it really keeps cutting in and cutting out.
Oh, no.
Oh, sadness.
We're on the computer.
Okay. Well, I mean, no. I mean, it
could be the internet.
Well, no, like Dottie, especially when she first starts talking, it breaks up, but then it comes in clear. So I didn't know if there was an external mic that you could bring closer. Let's just go. Don't worry about it. But anyway, and I know what you're talking about because a couple of years ago, my wife was at a place where she worked for 29 years. And all of a sudden they just told her one day, we've eliminated your position.
Oh.
And she had to start from scratch. And at the time that she started, we're all in the same basic age group. You needed to have a whatever degree. And I told her, I said, don't worry about that piece of paper because you can wipe your what with that. But you've got 98.6 degrees of experience for 29 years.
I wish I wouldn't have spent all that money. I really don't. I wish I wouldn't have. I spent $100,000 on my education. I'm still paying for it. When I could have just went to a Catholic school or a private school and just had my certification in English language arts and literacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pay. And there's no pension or nothing.
Of course not. But you still have the bill.
Yeah. And the first 7 years was wonderful. And then after that I didn't want to go anymore, but I had to go. I was so disappointed because I went from a very, very nice, I was at school 6, very nice administration. The kids were great. I would fill in when the principals were absent. So I knew everybody in the building. And then I thought, if I'm going to be a principal, then I want to try high school now.
Sure.
So I ended up at Burgard, which is like
not very good.
Not a very good school. It's
at the time it's changed now.
Not a very good school. They just wanted to make sure that we maintained, peace in the valley. There was no, they were playing craps in the back of the room. They were doing
Burgard a vocational school?
Yes.
Well, no, actually it's not, but they taught at aviation back in the day. It's a Buffalo public school.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not a vocational school. What he's talking about. Like when we were kids, they would send them off, remember? For woodworking and working on cars and all that. That's a regular school, but they used to teach at aviation how to build planes and stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have a whole mechanic shop in there.
Yeah. Then I ended up I transferred to performing arts. And I thought, oh, this is a perfect place for me, right?
Right.
Buffalo Performing Arts, yay! But they didn't want to have nothing to do with a rock and roll singer. They didn't want me involved. So, it just got very discouraging. But I'm as happy as a lark now.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Happy.
How do I know that a lark is
Yeah.
happy? Because it's singing. It's
How do you know it's not singing because it's in pain? It could be anything. How do you know it's happy because it's smile? No.
I don't know. I never seen a lark. Have you ever seen a lark? See, she does this to me, you know.
I see that.
Like
Random dogs.
she'd be like, "What's the difference between a swig and a swallow, or a slurp, or you know, a swig?"
But a sip is like this. Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. This is what she does
This
to
is
me
what
on the air.
sip.
That's a sip.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's a swallow?
No, a swig. Swallow is when you swallow. Swig.
A swig. What's a swig?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's a gulp? See what she does?
See, I want to see you two together.
Oh no.
Oh my.
That's
Okay?
a go.
Yeah, we go live. We did it all like the last couple of years during when we were on lockdown, and we'd have hundreds of people, hundreds of people commenting and all that. Well, because we did it live from Facebook, and there was a lot of people asking a lot of questions, and we do shout outs. You know, we'd say, "Well, we're going to talk to our friends," and we'll go, "Ah!" And I have a little mirror like romper room.
Yeah.
Without the glass in it, and we'd be like, "Oh, I see Sandy, and there's Shirley, and hi, Andy, Bob." You know, we go through all that, and then I have a pot. We stir the pot like whatever bullshit's going on. But what do you think about this? You know, we have a lot of different segments that we do, and I sing, even if I don't know the song. I get the karaoke version, and I'll sing it.
I want to see a conveyor belt of candy things going before you two, and see how fast you can fill them, because that would.
I do it.
Yeah, you're not the first person to say that.
No, the cough medicine. Remember that episode?
Oh yeah.
The veggie,
Yes.
Veggie bin, something like that.
Yeah, you know what? We used to get lost every time we went to St. Bonaventure. We would get lost.
No. We get there,
but we couldn't get
coming back home,
and we'd end up in Jamestown. Where
oh no, this is before we like OnStar and all that, and forget about us reading the map. But we had the Garmin. Remember the Garmin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'd have that, but half the time it didn't work. So we would get there fine. It was fine getting there. We'd get there, but coming home, I don't know where the hell we were going.
We'd end up where Lucy lived.
Oh my gosh, we went through every way you could think of to get back to Buffalo.
Oliver,
and then
Pennsylvania.
The one day we're driving, we're coming back, and oh, we're going the right way. I remember seeing that. I said yes, because we were lost. So we saw that last time as well. So no, that's not the way. And then we see a big sign that says "Welcome to Pennsylvania." I'm like, okay.
You know, it's not that far of a drive to Olean.
No.
And we'd get lost every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. So we actually had to do a project. One of our main projects, they wanted us, I can't even remember what they wanted us to do. And we said, nah, we're going to do ours together. Of course, now we're dictating to the professor what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I said, we're going to do our travels to and from Bonaventure once a month. So we drove, we stopped, we take pictures of everything, you know, getting there, and then getting home. I think that's the time we ended up going to Oliver. Oh. Nice place, but when you're lost.
We pulled over at this restaurant, and there was just like a bunch of mountain men sitting at the bar, like at the counter.
The food was good though.
Yeah, they were mountain men.
And then we asked them.
I felt like singing "Deliver." What was the name? Deliverance.
I think you were doing that. And then we'd ask them, okay, how do we get back on the thruway? Oh, it's just down the road.
Down the road a piece.
I mean, like friggin' 50 minutes later, we were still looking for it. It was not a piece. It was a piece of land.
Then we found this place where this guy, we pulled over because it said guitars for sale. And I'm always looking for my husband for vintage guitars because You know, I told you before that Joey was in the band Rat, right?
Yep.
So he has a plethora of guitars, bass guitars. And so they said guitars for sale. And it was like up in the woods somewhere.
Up over and down,
Yeah. And I went in there and you open up his door and his whole house, wall to wall guitars. Wall to wall.
Really?
You could spend the whole day there if you wanted to.
That sounds like my kind of place.
Oh, me too. I have the.
Don't ask us where it was because it was in Boston.
I was just going to say that. Where is it?
From that diner and over.
Yeah, it was just down the road.
Just a piece.
Oh, we did. Oh, let me tell you. I know to change the subject, but Dottie and I, we did a gig at Catalina Island.
Oh yeah.
We flew to visit my son in California because he's the voice of one of the Sonic the Hedgehog guys.
Okay.
For Sega.
Yep.
So we visited him in California and we took a boat and we went to Catalina Island, but we had brought all of our iPods and all the music and everything with us, microphones. And we walked into the bar and asked them if they wanted entertainment for the night. We just do it for free. Oh, tell them how it went though.
We get there and Vern hook us up. So Vern, I was waiting to see Vern. Vern wasn't bad looking.
No, he wasn't. He was okay.
He was the island drunk, but anyway, he's like, oh yeah, I got some stuff I can hook you up into. Okay. So he brings some, pretty looking stuff.
2 sticks and a speaker.
Well, it worked. We can make anything work. So we
just need a wall in a corner. That's it. And a plug.
That's it. So we plugged in, we get all set up, and we did a sound check. What song did we do?
I can't wait forever.
Oh yeah. Time won't
let me.
So we were halfway through the song and I just see this guy standing there and his mouth is open. He's like, so we finished it, and now people this is just a sound check. People were walking by and they started coming in and just watching. And as soon as we were done with the sound check, Vern looks at me and goes, I'll be right back. I'm like, okay. I really didn't care. We were set up. He goes, oh no, I got some other equipment for you guys. He goes,
he thought we were just some garage band, just 2 broads that don't know what they're doing.
So he came back, he hooked us up with some good stuff. I mean, we said we'd do it for free.
It was
packed. That we had the guys at the yacht club heard us, because if you've ever been to Catalina Island, love the place.
You ever go there, Pete?
No, I've never been.
Oh, it's great.
It's like Hawaii, but only better.
But everything, when they tell you, oh, it's just around the corner, it really is.
Everything
just around
the corner.
So we were at Merlin's. That was the name of it.
Merlin's.
And the yacht club was just around the corner. And you can hear everything going on everywhere. So the guys from the yacht club heard us, and they came down with their wives.
And you couldn't even, it was like people had to wait. And we were just, I was just singing, I can't wait forever. But I was really going at it.
And we have cordless mics, so
mics. I'm running all over, going outside. Come on in, everybody. We made like about $300 in tips. Just
nice.
Tips. Just tips, But Catalina Island is where Natalie Wood drowned.
Yeah.
Out there in the
beautiful island.
Beautiful out there. Oh.
Yeah, we also did a show in
Texas. We went to Texas. Yeah, because that's where I lived for like 10 years. Like that was my base when I was on the road. Was Texas.
When we got to tell that story. Patsy's
my
manager, Robert. She was
God bless his soul.
When she lived in Texas, and for how long he was your manager.
Oh, what a story! Because Pete's a musician.
Okay, so Robert says, "Girls, come down. I'll hook you up.
I'm gonna hook you right up."
So I brought our basics down. The microphones, whatever. Okay, we'll get you the speakers. Okay, he goes, yeah, I got the equipment. Yeah, no problem. Now Robert, who was at the time we went down there, was about what, 70?
Yeah.
Okay. I love Robert. So he picks us up and he says, I've got the speakers in the trunk.
In the trunk, okay.
And then we did
it was a Cadillac. So we thought, okay. Got the stands and everything, He opens
So he
up the
opens
trunk.
up the trunk, and they're the little speakers.
Well, they're the speakers that you use for a stereo.
And we just looked at them and said, Robert.
It had the wires on it, like, to hook up to your TV or whatever. Like, what are we gonna do with it?
He says, "Why? What's wrong with
What's
them?"
wrong with this? He says.
So we ended up going to the Salone, and
That was called It'll Do. It'll Do.
What was it?
Mondo. It was a biker, right? Big biker guy. Hi, Mondo. And he was like, was he an Indian?
I think, yeah.
Feather, not a dot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice guy. But hooked us up with everything. So we did a show down there too. And because it was Texas and kind of her roots down there, she did a lot of her original songs too.
Yeah, from my country album.
So we did that, and Robert played a little bit. And,
yeah, Robert played.
Yeah.
So we'll go to different places.
Yes, we will.
And just wherever we fly, whenever we go anywhere, we bring our little stuff with us, so we could just. All we need is a wall in a corner. Plug it in, and it's great. It's great.
Yep.
All right. So tell me a little bit more about the variety show. Where can somebody see it? How often do you do it?
You mean online or out live?
Oh, whatever you want to say.
Well, we're going to be doing a show. Maybe tomorrow, if it's really crummy out and people can't get out because of the weather, and they'll be home. So maybe we'll do.
Because Buffalo schools are already.
We're going virtual.
They're going virtual tomorrow.
Really?
Because of the storm.
Yeah, I know it's not supposed to hit till afternoon, but we have buses that run right up to 5 o'clock.
So we might do one tomorrow afternoon if I'm off.
Probably a little bit later than the afternoon, but I gotta get myself together.
Well, how do you have to get together? You're already together.
Girl, I gotta take a shower.
Well, how long is that gonna take?
I gotta get myself to prepare.
Okay.
It takes time. But anyway,
we have a good time. We have the lights and everything, and
then we do some singing,
yeah,
joking,
and we
do take call-ins.
We take call-ins too. Yeah, I don't know if you ever heard of Think Twice Radio with Richard Wicca.
No, I've not.
Well, for the longest time we did in his studio our shows in his studio, and at first, and it was just it was just a broadcast.
Okay.
If you ever think about it, look it up. It's called thinktwiceradio.com.
Okay.
And you'll see our little picture on there. Oh my gosh! So we have so much. We had every musician that you could think of on there. We had an hour show, and they would come on, and they talk about their. It was bands and stuff we'd bring on.
We've had
Carolyn Daniels. We like to interview. We like to interview bands and stuff that people don't even know too, to give them some exposure.
Oh yeah, we've done.
And we play their music. We'll play a song that they got, and we'll play their music. And we have a lava lamp that has balls. And those little noise boxes, We clap for ourselves.
Why am I not surprised?
That's why we have the clappers.
We have a ton of shows online, though. We put a lot of them on YouTube. I would rip them because I have this called Clip Grag, and I would rip the videos off and put them on the Patsy Silver Dottie Kenny Variety Show on YouTube, so people could see them.
We just did a show not too long ago at the Eden Bowling.
The Eden Bowling Alley. Yeah. It was great.
Oh yeah.
Those people are fantastic. They own the Eden Bowling Alley and Jake's out there in Angola.
Yeah, I mean, some of those outlying areas, you get to those people; those are the real salt of the earth people. You don't need those snooty city people.
No, they're just.
No, that was about. I don't know. I think we're waiting on a couple dates.
Yeah, we're
We'd like to be outside.
We love to be outside. That's the best time, And we'll throw T-shirts out and stuff sometimes. And we don't have Amber with us tonight, but Amber is our mascot. She's a mannequin.
I saw that this morning on that video that I watched.
She's a woman.
She's a womankin, yeah. And she'll wear the t-shirts and stuff, you know. And we do show. We were on Fox TV 4 times. We did 4 shows.
We did a Christmas show, Halloween show.
Mm-hmm. We did one with Billy Sheehan and Annie. Mm-hmm. And we play their videos. Jesse Galante, yeah. See, I'm old school. I grew up with all them people back in the day. You know, Tallis and.
You speak my language.
Yeah, she's a youngster though. She's young.
I like the look she just gave you. That you didn't see it, Patsy, but I saw it. That was.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
it was like a teenager to her mom.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Well, if you do that tomorrow, you got to give me a call and let me know because I want to see it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Or we can send you the link when it's done, or
either or.
I'd rather see it live.
Live? Okay, live.
It's gotta be live,
is good.
Because you know what? I'll chirp in.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
Absolutely.
That would be great. I'll let you know if we do one.
No, please do. Please do. So what's coming up for you guys? Summer's going to be coming pretty soon. Patsy, I'm sure you're out there with the band.
Oh, yeah, the band the band has been playing. Like last week, we did the Hamburg Moose Lodge. We celebrated my husband's birthday.
Yep.
Because I was sick for mine. And tomorrow, Saturday night, we're at what they call Captain Al's, but it used to be Ricky's in Dunkirk.
Okay.
And we're booked solid now. We're all ready for the summer. I mean,
nice.
Oh yeah, it is. We do. And for Dennis, I want to call him Dennis Ilio DePaulo, but his name is Dennis DePaulo. We're going to be playing at Soleil on the beach.
Okay.
Out there, and no, Johnny's is the DePaulito, DePaulo. I'm talking about.
I thought that was his brother.
Ilio DePaulo.
Oh.
Ilio. You know, Ilio the boxer. Ilio guy. Yeah. But we have. She's Polish. We have a little company called Wapalak. Yeah. It's called Wapalak because I'm the Dago. She's the Polak.
Well, do me a favor. Go ahead and post. If you didn't already join the 3 Chords and the Truth Facebook page,
I did.
Feel free to go ahead and post those dates on there. Those are things that I'd like to.
Oh, okay.
Know. Yeah.
All right.
Whatever way you at.
Yep. Yeah, we're right now. Her and I are scouting for a nice place for a variety show within our South Buffalo area, because usually when we do those shows, they're out at the beach or they're out at lake or they're in a different city.
Yeah.
But it's fun, you know. It's a lot of fun because she likes to badger me. She's a badgerer.
I couldn't tell. There's the look again, Mom.
No, she does. She makes sure that it's correct. Whatever it is, it's got to be correct.
Well, if you're incorrect, well, you want me to just let it go?
No. I don't want to let it go.
Let it go.
No, her and I have we laugh so much, and we'll make a couple cocktails.
Oh yeah.
I hope so.
We have the screwball. I mean, for when we do the live on Facebook, we have the screwballs with Godiva chocolate.
A little
yeah.
Or we'll make the orange
creamsicles.
The mudslide. Yeah. With bananas.
We have the clappers. We have the huge ones, the big ones, and the little ones. But yeah, I do when we do live shows, like at the clubs or outside. They're a little different because I sing more. People want me to sing.
Until she gets to then I can reel her back in.
Yeah, I talked to her. We do farms and everything, me and her. We went out at the farm. What was that farm out there where? Fredonia Farm Festival. They have a lot of cowboys and stuff.
Nice.
And the band does Jellystone Park and all the campgrounds. They love us at the campground.
That's so cool. So very
Yeah.
cool. Actually, you know what I thought? I forgot about this the one time after the last show that we did, Patsy, is I think that I was at a place supposed to play at the Cove a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think you were there. Susie Suhan.
Oh, for that.
Yeah, we used to do her fundraiser for
Yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What does she call it? I forget.
Um,
Susie,
oh, what was the name of the fundraiser, though?
Suhan,
something
right?
about being hurt,
What was that?
Right. It was about the
the abuse,
Yeah,
domestic violence or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I check this out, Pete, really. And I'm not trying to dog anybody, but yeah, I did the Cove years ago a couple times, and then I did the Cove with Suzanne, but then the owner wouldn't book Silver Extreme because he said we were too old.
Yeah, that's just look. I tried to get him to come on this show because when I first started this a year and a half ago, I thought, you know what, maybe it'd be kind of cool to have some club owners on to see what they had to say about how COVID affected their business,
Right.
where they couldn't get the musicians in. And I contacted him 3 times and he never responded back to me. I thought, okay, that's kind of a dick move because I'm just trying to get you to tell your story.
It would be to his advantage, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, and we had the music awards there a few times.
Yep.
Where I won. Finally, I'm the Susan Lucci of the music awards. I've been nominated. I'm 60. I'm 67 right now, and I came off the road in 1985, and in '87 was when Silver Extreme was full blast, right?
Yeah.
I was nominated every single year for best vocalist, never won.
Wow.
So I'm Susan. I smacked my leg. Oh, shoot, her dog. Oh,
Oh God.
her dog.
Oh my God.
He farted, or she farted. Oh. Anyway,
Seriously.
I call myself Susan Lucci because Susan Lucci never won an award for All My Children.
Right.
And try to beat that, never win. But the band won once and my husband won once.
Nice.
As a whole. But then they told us, well, you're too old to play at the Cove. But there's other bands that are older than we. Even though maybe they're, oh man, holy shit. Pardon my language. Even though I can't breathe, it's in my mouth. Like that movie Click. I've got shit in my lunch.
God.
Oh, I got some timers. Even though I'm 67, there are a lot of people that look a lot older than I do at 67, and they're still playing there. They're all wrinkled up. And they're playing there.
There's a lot of
Silver Extreme is really good.
I've watched the videos. I know that. And I've seen people that are 45 that look older than that. So,
Right.
Yep. It depends on how you beat yourself up. But
I know. And he doesn't want us to play because we're too old. But we just revised our old, hey, check this out. Years ago, we used to do a mini tribute to Leonard Skinner. Mini one. And people would come out all the time. Oh, wow. And then we stopped doing it. But we're putting it back together now because we're going to be opening for Molly Hatchet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very
in June.
Cool.
Molly Hatchet's coming to Buffalo. So
I love that band.
They asked us because they know that we like to play Southern rock music and classic rock. So they asked us to open for them.
That is way cool.
It is. You got to come.
Well,
I'll get you backstage with me.
Let me know. You got my number. You know how to find me.
Yes, I got your number.
Well, ladies, we're reaching the bewitching hour, and I got to tell you, this has been an absolute blast. And I hope you'll come back and join us again because I knew from when I had Patty.
We'll sing a couple songs together too.
That I would love. I knew from the first time that I had Patsy on last year because we had a blast, even though the faux pas with the internet and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
it still worked out good. But yeah, it's been great having you. And again, if you're doing that tomorrow, please give me a call because
we'll give them a shout out.
We'll give you a shout out like.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, please do that. So anyway,
we have to let everybody know because everybody's been asking us, when are you going to do another show from Pimp Studio?
Oh, let me tell you this story.
It says Gina is a pimp.
Gina is a pimp. Well, years ago when my kids lived at home, my niece Gina, they were in that stage, that teenage girl stage. And one day I came up and on the wall and that glow in the dark glue was Gina is a pimp. So my husband, after the kids moved out, my husband painted the room, but that is still there.
It never went away.
It came back through.
So we just call it the pimp.
So the one year, a few years back, Patsy was putting together an all-female band.
Yeah, with who was it?
Roz.
Yeah, Rose, my cousin Rose for duty.
Rosie.
God bless her soul. Carolyn Daniels. And who's the bass player? The girl.
I can't think of her name. But anywho, they're sitting there, they're playing, they're practicing up here in my, back here where we have the studio. And Roz looks over and she goes, Gina is a pimp, huh? She goes, I like that. That's what we're going to call ourselves.
That's what we're going to call ourselves. Gina is a pimp.
It didn't get off the ground because there was,
No, we had things happen.
Yeah, things happen.
But, I was in the first kind of like all-girl lady. What the hell was the name of the band? Lady Fire. My cousin Rosie was a drummer, and did you ever hear of Lady Fire?
I did.
Yeah, I was supposed to be the original singer, and I got a call to go to Vegas, so I didn't do it. Anyway, we're gonna let you go.
Oh, by the way, Gina is a pimp is now a surgical PA in Rochester.
Surgical PA.
She done good for herself.
Nice.
She's still a pimp.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is that I got to say thank you to Patsy and Dottie and Amber.
Amber.
Gina,
Amber will make a appearance next time.
The dog that farts and
the dog. Oh, that's just disgusting.
And the woman-akin.
The
womankin.
The womankin.
Womankin. Okay, got it.
Womankin. She might not be on tomorrow though, because she's at the other studio.
She's doing a fashion show.
She's doing a fashion show right now.
Ladies, I don't know. You guys are great, man. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, it's been a riot, and I hope you come back and see us again.
We will. And I tune in, and I tune out, to see what's going on.
Cool.
And say hello to your sound person.
Yeah, Chris is listening. He heard you. He's
Chris.
waving his hand over there. He doesn't
Hi,
have
Chris.
a mic, but
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
He's saying hello, and he thanks you very much. So
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because the sound man can make or break it.
You gotta love the sound man.
Absolutely. He's the best. All right, ladies, thank you so very much. Pete,
thank you.
We're
God
out.
bless you.